Counting on alum Jed Duggar is getting a lot of attention following his latest appearance. The 25-year-old has been documenting the pregnancy of his wife, Katie. The two are currently expecting twin baby girls, and many are excited for their growing family, especially Jim Bob and Michelle. However, it seems the life of a husband and father has changed many things about Jed. Keep reading to see why fans are flabbergasted over his new look. Counting on, what are Jed and Katie Duggar up to today? Jed and Katie are not as active on social media as the other married couples in the family today. They occasionally share vlogs and photos, especially when celebrating special days. Last September, the Counting on alums shared that they've been renovating their house to fit for their upcoming twins. Katie painted one of their walls with flowers and began shopping for other baby products. Meanwhile, there are speculations that Jed is still working at his family's business, Champion Motorcars, in Springdale, Arkansas. But one of his latest appearances caught many Redditors off guard. Fans are flabbergasted over Jed's new look. Some Redditors discussed one of Jed Duggar's recent IG posts, featuring photos from his Thanksgiving with Katie and their kids. "So much to be thankful for. Happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours," the Counting on alum caption. But what caught the attention of many was Jed's new look. According to some, it seems that he had gained some weight after a long absence on social media. Others agreed and even struggled to recognize him at first. Here are some of the comments Jed received. "Ironic how Jed fat-shamed her for eating while pregnant, and now he has a gut as big as her bum while she is in third trimester with twins. They had a good photographer. The placement of Kathy's hand covering Jed's weak and/or double chin is the work of a seasoned professional who knows what they are doing. Is his head so small that her hand can cover that much of it? Do I have tiny hands? Mine cannot cover that much of my husband's face. What is the opposite of a bobblehead? I think because he allowed this photo, he is oblivious to how fat he has gotten and how much more receded his hairline is. Ooh, he looks like his brother who is in jail from the hairline to the gut. The boys were cute when they were little, but once they get to 20 they age faster than an open milk carton." Counting on, when is Katie Duggar due? Katie Duggar is expected to welcome her twin girls early next year. There are speculations that the Counting on alum may give birth sometime in January. The last updates also indicate that Katie's pregnancy has been healthy. Katie is not the only expecting member of the Duggar family today. Duggar is also expecting her third child with Jeremy Vuolo next year. The Duggar family has long been a fixture in the realm of reality television, capturing audiences with their conservative values, sprawling family tree, and a lifestyle rooted in modesty and tradition. However, one member of the Duggar clan, Jedediah Jed Duggar, is turning heads with a dramatic transformation that has left fans of Counting on buzzing. Known for his quiet demeanor and traditional appearances, Jed's new look has sparked debates, admiration, and even some controversy among fans. The Duggar aesthetic, a foundation of simplicity. For years, the Duggar family's aesthetic was consistent: clean-cut hairstyles, modest clothing, and an emphasis on natural appearances. The men of the family typically sported neat, short haircuts and clean-shaven faces, aligning with their conservative values. Jed Duggar was no exception. His boy next door look blended seamlessly with his siblings, and fans rarely saw him deviate from the family's understated style. But as time goes on, members of the Duggar family have started to branch out, expressing their individuality in ways that sometimes clash with their upbringing. From Jinger Duggar Vuolo's shift to wearing pants and experimenting with modern fashion to Jill Duggar Dillard's nose piercing and tell-all book, the younger Duggars are embracing personal evolution. Jed, however, has always been one of the more reserved members, staying largely out of the spotlight. Until now, Jed Duggar's new look, a bold departure. When Jed Duggar debuted his new look on social media, fans were floored. Gone was the clean-shaven, preppy young man they had grown accustomed to. In his place stood a rugged, more daring version of himself. Jed's once short, neatly trimmed hair had been replaced by a longer, tousled style, and for the first time, he sported a full beard. The change was dramatic enough to warrant comparisons to hipster influencers, a far cry from his previous appearance. Accompanying his new hairstyle and beard was a revamped wardrobe. Jed swapped out the button-down shirts and khakis for casual graphic tees, dark jeans and leather boots, completing his modern, edgy transformation. Some fans even noted that his aesthetic now leaned closer to that of a trendy outdoorsman, complete with flannel accents and rugged jackets. Fans react, Flabbergasted inspired, and divided. The reactions from fans were immediate and intense, with many expressing their surprise, and some, their dismay. On a Duggar fan forum, one commenter wrote, "I had to do a double take. Is this even Jed? He looks like a completely different person." Another fan chimed in, "I never thought I'd say this about a Duggar, but Jed looks cool, like actually cool." Others were less enthusiastic. "This is not the Jed we know," one fan lamented. What would Jim Bob say? Some even speculated about the motivation behind the transformation, wondering if Jed's wife, Katie Nakatsu, had influenced his new look. The influence of Katie Nakatsu. Katie Nakatsu, who married Jed in 2021, has been a breath of fresh air for fans who follow the Duggar family's lives. While she shares many of the same values as the Duggars, Katie has been perceived as slightly more modern and adventurous. She's often seen joking around with Jed in their YouTube videos, showcasing a more relaxed and playful dynamic than fans might expect from the Duggars. Speculation is rife that Katie may have encouraged Jed to embrace a new style, but the couple has remained tight-lipped about the inspiration behind the makeover. Whether or not Katie played a role, it's clear that the transformation aligns with a broader trend among Duggar siblings to explore life outside the confines of their upbringing, a symbol of growth and change. For some fans, Jed's transformation is more than just a physical change, it's a symbol of growth. Many of the Duggar children have faced scrutiny for adhering too closely to their parents' values without forging their own paths. Jed's new look suggests he's willing to step out of the shadow of his famously strict family and embrace his individuality. "Change is a good thing," one fan noted. "It's nice to see Jed showing us a different side of himself. It makes him seem more relatable and human." The criticism, is Jed straying too far? Of course, not everyone is thrilled about Jed's bold new style. Some of the Duggar family's most conservative followers view the transformation as a sign that he's straying from the values instilled by his parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. Critics have pointed out that the Duggar family has long been a beacon for modesty and tradition, and any deviation from those principles is seen as a betrayal. Jed's new look has also reignited debates about the influence of fame and social media on the Duggar family. With millions of followers watching their every move, some wonder if the pressure to stay relevant has led Jed to adopt a more contemporary appearance. Jed's response to the buzz. Jed himself has remained relatively quiet about the reactions to his transformation. While he hasn't directly addressed the comments, he seems to be embracing his new style with confidence. In recent photos and videos, he appears happier and more comfortable in his own skin, suggesting that the change was something he wanted for himself, rather than a response to external pressures. The bigger picture, individuality in the Duggar family. Jed's transformation is just the latest example of how the Duggar siblings are navigating life beyond their family's rigid structure. As they marry, start families of their own, and engage with the broader world, they're finding ways to honor their roots while also exploring their individuality. For fans, watching these transformations is both fascinating and bittersweet. The Duggar children have long been seen as a collective unit, but as they grow older, it's becoming clear that they are individuals with unique personalities, interests, and styles. What's next for Jed Duggar? Jed's new look has certainly generated plenty of attention, but it remains to be seen whether this marks a more significant shift in his life. Will he continue to push boundaries and explore new facets of his identity, or is this simply a phase? Regardless, one thing is clear: Jed's transformation has sparked conversations about identity, individuality, and the complexities of growing up in a high-profile conservative family. Fans will undoubtedly be watching closely to see how his journey unfolds, and whether other Duggar siblings will follow suit with bold transformations of their own. As counting on fans continue to react, one thing is certain: Jed Duggar's new look is a reminder that even in the most traditional of families, change is inevitable, and sometimes it's exactly what's needed to grow. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for all your updates.